You need to be magnetic, essentially. You need to literally be so magnetic and open energy with expansive receiving energy that the world cannot resist, but like provide you with more opportunity and growth and more people to come into your life and just great things to happen. You need to position yourself in a way that is magnetic. Welcome to the Work in Process podcast. I am the host, Brenna. Nice to meet you. Essentially, we're going to be talking all things 20s. So much happens in your 20s, and we're all on so many different timelines. There's no reason for you to feel behind, not worthy, alone. Those are the worst feelings ever. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Let's talk about it. All right, hey guys, it is Brenna. Welcome to episode 1 of the Work in Process podcast. I am so happy you're here and listening. This is a very exciting moment. Welcome to 2026. Welcome to this amazing podcast. I'm so excited for the future, the potential, the growth that is going to come from this. We are currently seated in my bedroom / office / podcast space now. Hopefully in the future, I get to have my own space, and we're going to be talking all things 20s related, all the things that we go through. You can see my intro video in the previous post that I had. My goal is for these episodes to be about 20 to 30 minutes right now, and then as time continues and goes on, maybe they'll be longer, maybe they'll be shorter, but yeah, just like a high level, 20 to 30 minutes. I know we're all so busy, have busy lives, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to do too long of an intro because I want to just get right to it today, honestly. Episode 1, talking about the unknowns in our 20s. I have my handy dandy notebook here. Thank you. Shout out Alyssa for gifting this to me for my birthday. She is one of my good friends, all the way living out there in Texas. Go Bulls. I don't know what happens in Texas. What's like the name? I don't know, whatever. Thank you, Alyssa. So this is going to be my main podcast note journal. So all of my notes for every episode, all of my ideas are just going to be in here, and I'm going to use this as a point of reference for all of my little episodes. So yeah, getting started. The reason why I chose this as my first episode is because I basically have been wanting to make this podcast for the past year and a half. Going into almost 2 years. It's been on my mind, my heart, my body, my spirit, all things. And I have been wanting to do it and go through with it. And I've been so scared because I'm like the unknowns of this could fail and just doubting it. And it was just the worst feeling ever. So the topic of conversation today is the unknowns of your 20s. And basically the future of your 20s, and not viewing it in a way that is overwhelming, but instead viewing it in a way that is empowering, seeing the future as an opportunity for greatness and not seeing it as, too much, too scary, overwhelming, making you indecisive, making you stagnant, making you stuck. No, we're not doing that. So we are going to see the future and the present especially, but also the future as something that we are excited about because it's a new year and I want all of you to be excited about what's coming next in your life. So much can happen in 1 month, 1 day, 1 year even. There's so much going on in the world right now, and it's so easy to be bogged down and be like, holy crap, the world is a really scary place, which it is, but your life is exciting and your life matters. And that's why we're having this podcast episode. So really focusing on those unknowns of your future, how to jump into the future head first, head on, being excited, being ready to, have challenges, being ready to find love, find greatness, and also being ready to work through hardship because that's what life is. It's not easy. And so our 20s are this decade in our life that we basically deal with everything firsthand. Literally everything that you could imagine. If you want to buy a home, your first apartment, you may be graduating school, discovering financial health and trying to build your finances, discovering our wants, what you want your life to look like, how you want your life to be shaped. When you have heartbreak, if you have loss, if you're starting a new career, starting your first job, like big job, all of these first time things and decisions usually happen in this big decade in our life. And the reason why these unknowns in the future feels heavier in your 20s is because there's so much newness that we're like, holy crap, I don't know what's coming next. I don't know what the future holds because I haven't experienced, dealing with the car issue. I haven't, experienced my first job. I haven't experienced my first relationship. I haven't experienced my first, heartbreak. I don't know what that feels like. It's scary, right? So that's why it's so significant, because you're going to have, obviously, nobody knows what the future holds in your 30s. You're not going to be able to predict the future in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s, but you have more knowledge, wisdom in those periods of your life than you do in your 20s. You're not supposed to know everything. I don't know everything. Don't act like you know everything. That's a side note. When you don't know what's coming next, don't act like you have all your shit together if you don't. Like, I hate when people do that. I'm like, you guys just don't, you don't know, and be humble. Anyways, that's completely unrelated. The best mindset to be in is to view challenges that are going to come as opportunity and to be excited about that. The root of all of that, like the root of literally everything that you feel that could feel like uneasy about, is fear, and fear of making a quote unquote mistake. I think so many of us get so scared about, oh my God, I'm going to make a mistake. I'm, what if we don't end up together? Or what if I, hate my job? Or what if I this? What if I that? And it's just like, don't be so afraid of failing. I think we need to be more open and excited to fail, because if we're going into something full heart, full throttle, full energy, be excited, know that, okay, this might not go anywhere, or this might be amazing. And so that's what I'm doing with this podcast. I am open to having this flourish and be amazing. And I'm not even going to think about this being a potential mistake. And it's not a mistake. This is a huge learning opportunity for me and growth opportunity for myself, and to connect with the world and to connect with somebody else. So I'm viewing this unknown of this podcast in the way that I want you to view the unknowns of your future. And this podcast, by the way, is not just going to be like some, let me tell you what to do, listen to me, follow me, because I'm like not doing that. We're not doing that. It's gonna have episodes that are like this, that are more like things that I can help people with and talk about. And there are also going to be episodes that are just about life and stories, and I'm going to have guests. So I don't want this to be like a whole like lesson type of thing. I just want this to be like a let's talk about it and let me inspire you and let me help you be the best version of yourself type of thing. So these are 3 steps that I put together like when I was thinking about all of this. And I was like, I feel like these are 3 good steps when we're dealing with the future. If you know me, you know that I struggle with the future because I am constantly thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about the future. And it actually is one of the worst things that I struggle with, because it takes me out of the present moment and it doesn't make me appreciate the life that's right in front of me. So 3 steps to handle the vision of the future and to handle the unknowns and to handle whatever's coming next is to, firstly, you need to physically look at yourself and be like, okay, what energy am I giving off into the world? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this because you're probably like, Brenna, what are you talking about? You're sounding spiritual. What's going on? And really it is. You need to be magnetic, essentially. You need to literally be so magnetic and open energy with expansive receiving energy that the world cannot resist, but like provide you with more opportunity and growth and more people to come into your life and just great things to happen. You need to position yourself in a way that is magnetic. Magnetic energy is so easy to tap into when you are doing something that you are in alignment with, that your inner self is in alignment with, that you enjoy doing, okay? And so it's harder for us to tap into magnetic, receiving, open, opportunistic energy when we are doing things that we don't enjoy. So that's really like the key. You need to be doing things that you enjoy doing. Whether it be, even if you don't love your job, you need to be fitting in hobbies into your day or time into your day that you are fulfilled, because that energizes that part of you that allows you to be open, receiving, just your best self. It's just as easy as it is to tap into it as it is to tap out of it. And let me give you a couple examples of signs that you might not be sitting in that energy space. Some things that I wrote down. You're judgmental, you hold doubt, you don't sleep well, you overplan, you're planning down to the second, planning down to the hour. You're going to do this, then you're going to do that, then you're going to do that. You have stress levels that are very high. We're all supposed to have stress, but a lot of stress in your life that is causing you back pain, that's giving you headaches, that's causing you to drink a lot of caffeine. You're not authentic, you're dishonest, and you're rushing. Those are just some 8 or 9 examples that I wrote down as signs that you are not sitting in your magnetic energy. When you're entering into a season of a lot of unknowns, the reason why it is important to have this type of energy field is for you to receive all of the opportunities that that unknown presents. If you're entering into that season being judgmental, having doubt, not having energy because you're not sleeping well, having stress, being dishonest, rushing through that season, you are not going to get all the fruit from that season that it has to offer. And you can be magnetic in one area of your life and not magnetic in another area. So for example, you could be really magnetic in your social life. Let's say you're making a lot of new friends, you're finding new friend circles, you're having a great time, you're meeting new people, having really great conversations, you're deepening your relationships in your social circle, but you're really struggling in your career. At your job, you're just tired all the time, you're negative, you're judgmental, you have so much doubt about your capability. It shifts. Our energy shifts everywhere we go. Now, let me show you what magnetic energy would look like. In magnetic energy and receiving energy, you have no judgment. You have no doubt. Instead of doubt, you have trust, full trust that whatever is happening behind the scenes is working out for your purpose. I believe in God. I don't know if you believe in something, in a higher power. It's okay if you do or don't, but you have to trust that your life is working out for you. And that's scary. And that's a scary, it's a hard thing to say in your 20s when there's just so much going on. But you have to trust that it's working out, and you have to trust that it's gonna work out. You're sleeping well. You aren't planning down to the second, you're planning in a healthy manner. You have stress because you should have stress in your life, but it's manageable and it's at low levels so you can tap into and out of it. You are authentic, which means you show up your true, honest version of yourself in all settings. People don't change who you are at your core. You are authentically yourself in all situations. You're honest. And you're not rushing. You're going slow. You're moving gently. There is such a lie in today's world. It is a lie that you need to be rushing through and doing everything and going and doing this and doing that and pursuing that and adding, subtract. Take stuff out of your life and your life will get better. I can assure you, I've done this and I've actually seen it work in my life more recently. And stop rushing. I'm a natural. I want to go. I want to put pedal to the freaking metal. And then I have to stop myself and be okay, wait, I'm going to run myself ragged and I'm not going to enjoy life if I'm rushing. My favorite song right now is called Easy Does It by Goldford. And the lyric that I love right now is rushing is a waste of time. And rushing is a waste of time. Stop rushing through the unknown season. Stop rushing through figuring out your future. Stop rushing. Enjoy it. Sit in it. Last thing about magnetic energy. I went to Key West with my mom a couple weeks ago and we had little to no itinerary. We had barely even a plan. And we were just we're going to figure it out, whatever. And we were just open, receiving. We're we're going to figure it out as we go. It's a small island, but we didn't really have any plan. And one day, I met this lady at this farmer's market. We found this random farmer's market on like the side of the road with all these different vendors and like boutiques and all that fun stuff. And I met this small business owner who basically owns these boutiques that are all on the go boutiques and really cool. All of her clothes are out of California and she imports them from Italy, and she has like all these, random markets that she goes to throughout South Florida, and she makes a lot of money. And her and I got to talking, and 10 minutes in, I was like, I want to be a business owner. Like, talking to her really just put that inspiration in me that I was like, I want to be creative. Like, you're fun. I want to be like you. You're so cool. Not necessarily for boutique or fashion, but I mean, maybe, but I was open and receiving and magnetic in that conversation, and she was like, "You're gonna do amazing." She put all these words over me. I just felt amazing from that conversation, and I didn't know that conversation was gonna happen when I woke up that morning. But then I went to bed being like, "That is something that I know I want to do. That's a passion that I discovered on that trip because of my energy." Okay, I'm done talking about magnetic energy now. Now I'm going to talk about the second step in really embracing the unknowns of your 20s. And what it all really boils down to is having a deep self-awareness. Self-awareness is your ability to stay in tune with yourself in seasons that are crazy, in seasons that are not crazy, in seasons that are amazing, and in seasons that are bad. It's the ability for you to be able to be like, I am here right now. It's your present moment. And you need to be in touch with yourself while you're entering new seasons of your life. Like I said before, it's so easy to be so busy and just get caught up in all the external. And then 2 to 3 weeks go by and you're like, why am I having a mental breakdown? Why am I sad? You are a valuable person. You have value. You bring value. You're bringing something to this world. If you're alive, you have a purpose. So you need to be aware of your energy, your health, all of those things to be the best version of yourself. You need to be self-aware when life is good, when life is a work in process, when life is bad. It's a full body analysis where you look at your health, your physical health. Are you at the best place in your physical health that you want to be in? How's your mental health doing? What does it need? What does it need more of? What does it need less of? How are your friendships doing? How is everything in your life? All of the pieces, how are they? And how are you? That's really what it is. And it's not reflective. It's all focused in the present moment. And so I'm not saying do this on a daily basis, but having a self-awareness really prevents you from overextending yourself, and it prevents burnout. Having a good self-awareness in the seasons of unknowns is vital because that will dictate the quality of your future decisions. So if you are really in tune with yourself and what you can capitalize on and what you can grow on and what decisions you can make, then those decisions that you make will be amazing. They will be great. They will be strong decisions that you will have full confidence under. It's also very valuable in our 20s as we go through new relationships. When you're dating, I want to talk about dating on this podcast, but that is like a whole other like episodes. But in your dating life, you need to have self-awareness. Like, obviously we all know this, but like you don't know it until you're in one. You're like, holy shit, why am I so mad? Like, why am I angry? Why am I upset? Like, relationships are just a catalyst for being self-aware. And we all know these things, but I need to just speak it over you again. Be self-aware. Take the time for yourself that you need. Make it a pact for yourself this year that you're going to build in that self-awareness more this year than you ever have before. This is going to be a monumental year for you growth-wise because you know you need this time for yourself to be the best version of yourself, to make those good decisions, and to have the best future in a period of unknowns. This is some good stuff. I'm like really doing good right now. And the last part, and this is the most important part of thinking about what comes next, is having fun. I didn't think I was gonna have this as like my last part of the importance of jumping into life headfirst, but it's actually the most important part. Realizing that life is not that serious, guys. It really isn't. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all a big work in process. And so take it less seriously and just see how much lighter you will feel. You literally will feel like you can breathe a little. You can be a human. Try your best and show up your best and be the best version of yourself, but also remind yourself that it's not that serious. It's not that deep. It will never be that deep. We are just humans all trying out life right now for the first time. Give yourself a breather. Don't be so uptight. Like, no one wants to be with a freaking computer. Like, I do not want to be around someone that's like so serious and perfect and put together because they have so much pressure on themselves and they're trying to be the best version of themselves at all times. It's like, whoa, that's a lot. We're not doing that. Take it seriously enough where you succeed and you find growth and happiness, like true happiness, but also like don't take it so seriously that you like make yourself miserable. There's this huge pressure on us in our 20s to be so busy and to be achieving all these different things and to, be changing the world and be working 3 or 4 jobs and just be like so amazing and like busy and like doing everything. And if you're not busy, you're a loser. Like, that is literally a statement. Like, and it's not like no one's outright saying it, but like we can all feel it. And this busyness is like absolutely so horrible for our mental health. It's so horrible for our physical health. It's just not good for us to be busy, busy, busy minded. That allows us no space, no time for ourselves, for our self awareness, for our self growth. If we're constantly externally focused on what you can do more of and better of, and just puts pressure. So, this busy mindset of busy life, you're important only if you're busy, and if you're not busy, you're not important, that needs to go away. That's like a thing. And I don't want it for any of you because I've been feeling it. I feel it from time to time, and it's really not good. It's horrible, actually. But yeah, guys, have fun. Don't take this life too seriously and just do it. Be freaking magnetic. That's all I have for today. I feel like that was fun. Guys, I just had fun recording that. This is a little fun, little exciting passion of mine that I'm pursuing. I'm so happy that you guys are listening and that you're here. I am so blessed and lucky to have an opportunity to be in on a rainy day and to have these cool plants next to me and just talk about some random stuff. So I really hope you enjoyed the first episode of this Work in Process podcast. This will be streaming on both Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for tuning in. And feel free to message me directly if you have any specific topics you want me to talk about. I feel like this was a good starter just to feel out the room. And yeah, I'm happy that you're here. All right. Peace out.